Hi everyone. I wanted to demonstrate to you a flaw of a device that is a Wi-Fi, MiFi, I think it's the 2000 or 2200 version, that is leased by Verizon Wireless for people who need hotspot services. I believe it can do up to 5 different devices at the same time through Verizon's 3G service. As you can see, it's a regular MiFi unit. You might own one. And what I'd like to do is demonstrate a flaw in this particular, a very serious flaw for that matter, of this device that everyone should be aware of. Now what I'm going to do first is I'm going to demonstrate how it works. And I've got a lamp here so that you can see. And I'm going to press the button. I'm going to bring it a little closer to the camera so you can see the device. And you can see it's what it's supposed to be. It's right now it is off. But I'm going to press the button here, hold the button down, and you'll see that the light will turn on. Now this light here will also turn on, and when this light turns on, it indicates that it is actually searching for devices so it can connect and provide the 3G service. If it blinks, it actually finds a connection. If it's not, then it hasn't found a connection. And that could be for an iPhone, it could be a laptop, it could be an iPad, and so on and so forth. You saw it just blinked. It was probably trying to make a connection. Unfortunately, Verizon has disconnected my service for other reasons, or for reasons I don't need to explain. But as you can see, that's how it works. And if I were to press this button again and hold it down, you'll see that the unit actually shuts off. So that's essentially how it works. The battery life is about 4 hours on a good day, maybe a little bit less if it's used heavily. And then you have to charge it up. Now to charge it up, as you can see, I've put together over here a power strip and a lamp, just so you can see that everything is connected. You can see that the cord goes all the way to the wall, that I have a lamp here, and that there is a on and off switch, and that the lamp is indeed connected, as you can see here, to the power switch. And I've got my MiFi adapter right here, and here is the other end, so I'm going to connect those so you can see what the bug or the problem is with this MiFi. So I'm going to start out first, and I'm going to connect it. As you can see, this is a regular connection. Once I do, it's now connected. The light goes on here, but as you'll notice that the light over here, the one that indicates the, and I'll hold it out so you can see a little bit better, the light that should have, would indicate that there's a connection with the Wi-Fi, or that it's actually dialed out, that light is not on, and it shouldn't be on, because obviously all you're doing is charging the unit so that you can use it when you want to. Now what I'm going to demonstrate here is that what happens if I actually turn off the power. And when I do, you'll see that I'm going to turn it off by the light turning off, and I'm going to shine this right at the unit so that you can actually see exactly what happens. So here goes the power, and I'm going to shut it off, as you can see from the light, and notice it starts to blink, and notice all of a sudden the unit has turned itself on. It did this all by itself. I didn't touch it. There was no pressing of a button. But that light that's indicated there is actually now searching for devices so that it can provide a 3G service. And you can see it's blinking there, actually trying to connect. Now, if I were to come back here and turn the power back on, you'll see that the unit remains on and that there is no change. So again, if I shut it off, and if I turn it back on, the unit remains on at all times. Now I'm going to repeat this one more time. I'll do it a little bit quicker, but just to demonstrate that this was not a fabricated demonstration, but I will unplug it here. As you can see, I will press the button so that I can shut the unit off. The unit is now off. As you can see, there are no lights on. And I will repeat the same process. I will plug it in to the adapter. As you can see, the light turns on as it did before. Okay, and you can see that on the side that the light that would be blinking, indicating that there's a 3G connection, is off. So essentially, the unit is not connected and obviously not working. It's just charging. But of course, if I come here and I turn the power off, as you will see, this light will suddenly turn on its own, and I didn't do any of that myself. This is a flaw in this device. Now, why is that a flaw? Well, for those of you in the United States, probably not a big issue because you're using 5G, up to 5G service, or perhaps even more, depending on what your package is with Verizon. However, if you go overseas and you go to a developing country like I have, you'll discover that the power does go off more often than not, in which case this unit, if I had it plugged in just for the purposes of charging, not to use but to charge it, when the power goes off in the middle of the night for whatever reason, this unit, as you saw, will turn itself on without my asking it to do so, in which case, of course, it connects to whatever devices I have that are programmed to this unit, and they begin to download and do all kinds of activities without my knowing it, and of course that can potentially rack up a very high bill without your knowledge whatsoever. Why? Because they charge you about $20 per megabyte, and this is megabytes that are measured by the foreign server service, and you have no control over that. So in essence, because this device is flawed by its design, one can go overseas, turn this thing, literally just plug it in to charge it, and by just doing that, and with a power loss, which is very inevitable in many places, suddenly rack up a horrible bill and not know about it. So I have shown you this flaw, just trying to make it public matter so that Verizon and MiFi and the manufacturers of MiFi can perhaps make some changes to it before they send it back out to the market. Again, this is the unit. If I shut this off, you can see that it is off. If I turn the power strip back on, as you can see from the lamp, and I plug it in so that I can charge it, only one light goes on. As you can see, the light here is not going on. However, when I turn it off from the power, just like a power outage would occur, you will see that in moments the unit will have turned itself on without my touching it, and in essence seek out devices that it is programmed to connect to and begin to operate without my permission. So there you have it. Hopefully this will help the manufacturers correct the problem so that the consumers are not subjected to poor service, not so much a poor service, but to charges that they did not request. Thank you.